Alan Neville. I'm a missionary of the Sacred Heart, not from Australia, but from Ireland. I'm working here in South Sudan now. This month will be 2 years. I'm working in a place in the middle of the country. It's an extraordinary country. It's the newest country in the world. They had independence in 2011. We have a population of about 10, 11 million people. Size-wise, we are bigger than France, but development-wise, there's a lot of work to do, really. So we're very grateful to the Mission of the Sacred Heart Support Office for all that they've done and for the benefactors as well. My role here, I've got more than one hat. I do several things. So I'm helping out. I'm the chaplain in some of the schools, the boys' schools and the girls' school. I'm working at the local diocese. I'm working in child protection. But the big area that I'm working in at the moment is the university. We've a very small university here, but it's growing. One of the challenges that we have here is the education system is in need of a lot of development. And we are looking especially to raise up within our university here business people so that they can develop their own economy and they can become financially independent and economically strong and resilient. And teachers, we have a teaching program for English and English literature. The site itself is very basic. I might see if I can switch the camera here to give you an idea of where we are. This here is the main building. It's an old it's an unfinished building that we use. Itself fairly solid, but a lot of work needed to be done with it, and a lot of work still needs to be done with it. So recently, what we've done is we've added in wheelchair accessibility, so anyone with special needs will be able to attend the college, which for us, accessibility for all people is very important indeed. At the moment, we are doing our applications for new students. So we are welcoming in new students from around Lake State to come and to study with us. We have a special program to encourage women to come. There's a very low level of educational attainment among women. According to the UN, it is statistically more likely, and this is startling really, that a girl will die in childbirth rather than actually finish education in a second level school. So the situation is very demanding. So what we do is we look to see how we can support to get as many young women into third level education as possible, to give them a sense of financial stability themselves. And actually, you know, they're just incredible workers. They are the ones who are really going to lift up this economy. So the work we're doing here, we had the wheelchair accessibility. We've just put in new toilets. Now they're very simple. It's just simple pit toilets. The other thing we are doing today is we have a library that we're getting done. The library that we're doing, everything here it's not cheap because you have to import so many things. We've just come out of rainy season. The roads are still between here and the capital, almost inaccessible, I would say closed. So you have to wait to get things through, which really can delay things and also adds to the expense. So for example, now we are going to get our library redone. The library is a small building, but it's fairly old and dilapidated, and we've got bats in the ceiling that I cannot get rid of. I've tried chemical means. I've got one of those plug-in solar things. They are there to stay at least until the next month. So we are redoing that so that there will actually be light in the building, that we will have the ceiling redone. The floor is an old kind of cracked screed floor, so we're going to replace that. And it's a place where the students can come together and they can study together. We had a donation of tablets and we're able to download some of the latest books onto that. And the idea with everything here is that we want the South Sudanese to develop their own country. And that's what they want too. But we're at the nation building stage. So it's going to take a little bit of a push, a little bit of support to make that happen. In relation to the water project, so the Missions of the Sacred Heart Mission Office has already supported the water project. We've now dug our borehole. I'm going to show you where that is, which is just here. Now, it does look very underwhelming. It does look like a blue pipe, but it's really like an iceberg. Everything that is happening is under the surface. Our builder is coming today to look to build a tower, which we're going to have here. And that tower is going to have a 10,000 litre tank on top of that. And then we're going to pipe the water all around the university to make sure, particularly in these times where I suppose we're still coming out of COVID, we're still dealing with a lot of these issues, that we have access to clean drinking water and water for washing up as well. I want to take you over here to where our current entire water supply is. We have neighbours next door and we borrow a tap from them. So for the whole university, let's see if you can see it here. We are just coming up to it, and this is what we're using. The ladies are watering the garden at the moment. So for the entire university, this is what we have. So we're very grateful to the support office for what they have done and how they've enabled us now to build the